Hello, and welcome to our Cerenade video. In this video, we will introduce the ability to designate specific letter templates to different functions of the system. With this feature, your desired email messages will automatically pop up when sending an invoice, sending a form, and much more. Let us access the Admin Tools page. To do so, go to your Caseworker portal, click on the Settings icon on the top right, and proceed to click on Administrative Tools. You are now in the Admin Tools page. Before we begin, it is important to note that a lot of sections we are about to cover already have a default letter template when sending an email. This is intended to help you change that message in case you prefer something different. The first step to take here is to design a default letter template. Let us click on Letter Templates. You will then click on Add Letter Template. A pop-up box will appear, and you can now type out your desired message below. Besides typing out a message, there are different settings you can apply to the message. Above the message are different formatting options, text options, add images, links, and so forth. Most of the settings are similar settings you would normally see in a Word document program. If creating a template that guides clients to the client portal, we recommend copying and pasting your client portal link, as well as the username and password tag from our default template, and proceed to customize more after that. The last thing you want to do on these letter templates is add something we call tags. What tags does is they replace information at the time of utilizing this letter template in the Caseworker portal. This means rather than having a generic message saying, "Dear Client," you can have the software auto-populate the client's name located in their client profile. We have tags ranging from names, client info, case info, attorney info, and much more. Each tag will do the job of auto-populating info from those respective profiles to the message. To add tags, you can either highlight a word and click on the Tags drop-down menu, locating the specific tag, or similarly type out a sentence and then apply the tag where it applies by clicking on the Tags drop-down menu. Your tag will now show on the message. Even though it might seem odd how it appears here on the template you created, do not be discouraged. The software will use this tag and auto-populate it in the Caseworker portal. Once you are done modifying your letter template, you can click on Save. This letter template can now be selected in different areas of the Caseworker portal, but for this video, we will focus on making it a default letter template for a specific function. Let us go back to the home page of the Administrative Tools page to assign it as a default letter template. From the home page, we will go to our Application Settings. From the Application Settings page, we will go to the last tab on the right titled Default Letter Templates. You are now in the Default Letter Template page. You will now go one by one selecting the letter templates you created as shown previously on this video. But before we start changing default letter templates, let us look at different sections we have here and where those are located in the Caseworker portal to give us an idea of the message we want to compose. Also, as mentioned earlier, a lot of these sections already have a default message, so if you don't wish to change the message, leave as is. This is intended for those wishing to create a default message of their own. If changing the default letter template and email credentials, this will apply when sending questionnaires to a client and you're asked to send them credentials. It will also appear when going into their client profile and sending email credentials through the Client Access tab. If changing the default letter template to blank forms, this will apply when sending blank forms, which is located on the home page of the Caseworker portal. The email template will appear here. If changing the default letter template for sharing case or client comments, this will appear when going into a case or client profile, going into the comments section, and proceed to share the comment. If changing the default letter template for sharing case or client documents, this will appear when going into a case or client profile, going into the documents, and proceed to share the document. If changing the default letter template for emailing a form, this will appear when going into a case profile, selecting a form, and proceed to select to email that form. If changing the default letter template for emailing an invoice, this will appear when going into a case profile, selecting an invoice, and proceed to email the invoice. Lastly, it's changing the default letter template for sending questionnaires. This will appear when sending questionnaires. Now that we have seen which default letter templates we can change, it is now up to you to create that letter template as shown previously. Choose where you want that default letter template to appear, and finally use it in the caseworker portal. Be sure to save when adding a default letter template so the changes reflect on the caseworker portal. This concludes our video on changing default letter templates. Hit the subscribe button to be alerted when new videos come out and be informed of new features like this one. Thank you for watching.